Do you dare to witness the fiery aftermath of love that treated on the brink after we fell? The 2021 cinematic event leaves audiences divided on its domestic conclusion. Should you invest your heart in this tale of passion and betrayal, or is it a love story best left forgotten? The answer might surprise you. Directed by Castille, Landon and written by Sharon Sabo, After We Fell is a romantic drama starring Josephine Langford as Tessa's young and Fiennes Tiffin as Hardin Scott. The film features a sporting cast that include Perdomo, Mara Servino, and Stephen Moyer, among others. The production was notable for recasting several key roles due to travel restriction and scheduling conflict, a direct result of a COVID-19 pandemic. After We Fell is a third installment in the After film series, which is based on a popular young adult book series by author Anna Todd. The source material was originally a work of fan fictions published on a social storing platform Wattpad, gaining a massive following long before its formal publication was a novel series. The movie picks up where the previous film, After We Collided, left off, continuing the temporary and dramatic love story of Tessa and Hardin. The After franchise has a unique history rooted in its online fanbase, often referred to as a After Theater. The success of the film is largely driven by its dedicated community, who have helped the movie achieve financial success despite a lack of mainstream critical acclaim. This third film was shot back-to-back with its sequel After Ever Happy, allowing for a streamlined production schedule. Before its release, After We Fell was expected to be a fan services film, carrying directly to the audience that made the book series a global phenomenon. Expectations from critics were low, as the first two films have been widely panned for their melodramatic plots and depictions of a toxic relationship. However, the fan base was eager to see the next chapter in Tessa and Hardin's story, creating significant online buzz and anticipations within a specific demographic. Tessa and Hardin's relationship is tested once again. Tessa's dream career in scatterlooms, sudden jealousy and unpredictable behavior resurface. They try to navigate their complicated love while dealing with new challenges. Tessa finds her life changing in unexpected ways. She discovered a hidden truth about her family. This new revelation shakes her to the core. It forces her to question everything she thought she knew. Hardin grapples with his past continues to haunt him. He struggles to control his anger and possessiveness. He fears losing Tessa and to her new life and new friends. As new and old faces enter their life, the couple faced a difficult choice. They must decide if their love is strong enough to survive. Their future together hangs in the balance. The past and present collide in a series of dramatic events, a story and pacing. The plot of After We Fell continues the saga of Tessa and Hardin, but this time the narrative feels less like a progression and more like a repeating loop. The central conflict remains the same. Tessa's ambition and desire for independence constantly clash with Hardin's possessiveness and anger issues. While the film introduced new plot points such as Tessa's arranged father and a new character at her job, their elements feel less like genuine development and more like psychodrama to fill the one-again nature of a central relationship. This story can feel frustrating, critical, and as every moment of growth for the character is immediately followed by a setback. The pacing of a movie is a significant point of our contention. For fans of the book, the film might feel rushed as it temporarily to cram an 800-page novel into a short runtime. This results in many subplots feeling underdeveloped or dropped entirely. For those less familiar with the source material, and the film can feel slow and uneventful. Much of the runtime is a dedicated to repeated argument and intimated scenes, with little forward movement in an actual storyline. The narrative lurches from one minor conflict to the next, often without a satisfying resolution, leaving the viewers to feel that the entire film is just a prolonged setup for the next installment. The performances and character. Josephine Langford and hero Fiennes Tiffin continue to be the achor of the franchise, and their performances in After We Fell show some notable growth. Langford, in particular, portrayed Tessa with a newfound sense of maturity. She navigated the character's internal conflict with more nuances, showing a Tess who is trying to find her own identity outside of her relationship with Hardin. This is performance her strongest performance in the series to date, as she conveys both the vulnerability and growing resolve of her character. Hero Fiennes Tiffin portrayal of Hardin remains true to the brooding bad boy, but in this film, he is given more opportunity to show Hardin's vulnerability and his struggle with his past. Well, this moment of anger can still feel one-dimensional and time. He effectively conveys the deep-seated fear, her insecurity, and that drive hidden behavior. The chemistry between the two lead is undeniable and remains the strongest element of the movie, providing the emotional foundation for the entire series. The new cast members, while talented, are given limited screen time to truly develop their characters, making their impact on the story feel superficial. See visual and cinematography. The visual aesthetic of After We Fell is a departure from the previous film and a change that can be attributed to the new director. The color palette is brighter and warmer with a noticeably glossier look. The film was shot in Bulgaria and the new location gave it a difficult feel particularly, and the scenes maintained to the represent London, which was quite well executed for being a stand-in location. This cinematography is completed with like a distinctive style. The camera work is mostly standard, with a focus on close-ups to capture the emotional intensity on the scene. While there are no truly stand-out on memorable shots, the film maintains a clean and polished appearance throughout. The intimate scenes are handled with an intimacy coordinated and on-set, and the camera work in this movement is designed to be tasteful and romantic rather than overly exhilarating. Overall, the visuals are a setup in production value, but they do not break any new ground for the new romantic drama genre. The sound and music. The sound and music of After We Fell are designed to be a major part of the emotional experience. The score, composed by George Calais, is a highlight. It features a new piano-based theme for Tessa and Hardin that is both melancholic and romantic, effectively capturing the push and pull of their relationship. This score elevates many of the more emotional scenes, adding a layer of depth that the dialogue and plot sometimes lack. The soundtrack is an electric mix of pop and indie pop songs, carefully created to match the mood of each scene. While some of the choices feel a bit generic, others land perfectly, enhancing the dramatic or romantic moment. The use of music often what save a scene from feeling felt, infusing it with a sense of passion and high stakes. The sound design is also worth noting. The stable ambient sounds of a city or a quiet room are used to create effect, creating an immersive atmosphere for our audience. Theme and emotional impact. After We Fell continue to explore familiar theme, personal growth, and the struggle between independence and codependence. The film attempts to show Hardin's journey toward redemption and Tessa's fight to maintain her identity, but it often falls into the trap to glorifying their unhealthy dynamic. The central question is whether their love is worth the endless cycle of fighting and making up. While the movie presents this as a grand epic romance, it also hints at the more troubling reality. For a fan of a series, the emotional impact is likely to be significant. The film is a roller coaster of highs and lows, and the changer ending level the audience desperate for the next installment. However, for a casual viewer, the film's emotional impact may feel muted or even manipulative. The constellated manufactured drama and lack of genuine procession can lead to emotional fatigue, leaving the viewer with a sense of exhaustion rather than exhalation. The movie's themes are laid out expressively, leaving little room for a deeper, more personal interpretations. A unique observation. One of the most notable aspects of After We Fell is the production change. The film was shot back-to-back with its sequel After Ever Happy during the COVID-19 pandemic. This logistical nightmare resulted in several key roles being cast, including Tessa's mother and Hardin's father. While the new actor to their best, it can be jarring for fans who are accustomed to the previous cast members. The on-set experience was clearly a major adjustment for the cast and crew, but it's interesting to see how they adapted. My personal experience watching this film was one of mixed emotions. While the franchise is undeniably a guilty pleasure, there were moments where the reputations became frustrating, yet the undeniable chemistry of the lead actor kept me engaged, even where the plot did not. The film ending, a shocking revelation, left me in the same state as the rest of the fandom, needing to know what happened next. It's a testament of the franchise's ability to maintain its grip on its audience, regardless of critical reception. Verdict: Miss. Rating and 4 out of 10 stars. After We Fell is a movie made exclusively for its thrilling fan base. Viewers, however, followed Tessa and Hardin Summer's journey throughout the box and previous film will find installment a necessary watch to see the next chapter of the drama unfold. The film strayed less in the chemistry between the lead actors, and if you are invested in their on-screen relationship and enjoy classic romance tropes and the melodrama, you will likely find this movie entertaining. It's a solid recommendation for fans who are more interested in the emotional beats and character dynamic than a tightly plotted narrative or a critical acclaim. However, for a broader audience or those unfamiliar with the series, this movie is an absolute mess. The plot is frustratingly repetitive, the pacing is often slow, and the character constant cycles of fighting and making up can be emotionally exhausting. The film relies on pre-exciting knowledge means that viewers will be completely lost from the opening scene. If you are looking for a well-written, self-contained story with a healthy portrayal of a relationship, you will not find it here. This is a film that fully embraces its fanfiction's role, for better or for worse. Now that you have the full picture, do you believe After We Fell is worth watching, or should you skip it entirely? Share your verdict in comments below. If you're looking for another intense romantic drama, you might want to check out Beautiful Disaster. And for more detailed movie review and recommendations, be sure to subscribe to the Movie Master.